Alright guys, this one's going to be tough, so pay very close attention and make sure you're hanging out in the course lobby after I tell you to do what I want you to do. Next week, next Friday, which is, hold on, let me bring out the old calendar so I can put an actual date on this. Next Friday, which will be October 21st, I want 4 source reviews. Now, what is a source review? I'm going to put a link that shows you an annotated bibliography. That's basically all it is. In a source review, you write a citation for a piece of research, and you write something that you put at the end of the paper called a citation. I'm going to put a lot of links for you so you can poke around and learn about this, because you're definitely going to want to check the links out that I give you. These are called bibliographic citations. You put them in your paper anytime you get information that's not just you. If you get information from a source, if you use a source, you need to basically give information to your reader about how to find it. And that's basically what they're for. They're also kind of to cover your butt in case of plagiarism. I could basically waste this whole video teaching you to write citations. I'm not going to do that, though. I'm going to show you the website that does it for you. Easybib.com. A lot of you guys have probably heard of Easybib. You probably had teachers in the past say, don't use Easybib. No, use Easybib. It's really useful. However, you need to understand how to use it. I'm putting the link below this video. When you go to Easybib, you'll see a screen. It's like a home screen. There's a little bar on it that says Auto Cite. No. No, no, no. Do not use the Auto Cite button. It is evil. It will betray you. It is horrible. Instead, for online sources, I want you to click the button beneath AutoCite that says Manual Entry. Now, take a look around on this website, because there's a lot of toolbars, there's a lot of things going on. You can cite anything you want. You can cite a book, you can cite a magazine, you can cite a scholarly article, a journal, anything that you can find. You can use this website to help you create a citation for it. I'm going to show you how to write an electronic citation, or talk you through it, because that's probably the one you guys are going to do the most, because most students in the modern world do not use physical print sources. Just doesn't happen that way. So here's what I want you to do. We're going to follow along. You see several links below this video. One of them is easybib.com. Go ahead and click it. You can pause this video, you know that, right? So if you want to go and click something, go ahead and pause it and then catch up. After you have clicked Easybib, look at the other link I've provided. That is an article that was published on CNN.com. I have created a citation using this article from CNN. I will include it at the bottom as well. Now, let me take you through the process. Go to Easybib. Click Manual Entry beside the AutoCite button, and it will take you to a form. On that form, you will see all sorts of things to fill in. You can get all this information from the article from CNN. Like I said, don't be afraid to pause this video so that you can kind of look at the two sources as I explain. The first thing you see is source type. 80% of the time, really more like 90% of the time, if not more, you can just use content published originally on a website. If you drop down that menu, you'll see all this stuff like blog post, book, ebooks, digital image, online magazine, online newspaper. You have to sometimes think about what you're citing, but content published originally on a website works pretty well. Below it, you see the article title. The article title from the link I have given you is U.S. Weighs How to Pressure Iran in Wake of Alleged Plot. Plug that in there. U.S. Weighs How to Pressure Iran in Wake of Alleged Plot. That is the title of the article that you could quote. Okay, that is the name of this source. Moving on. There are several ways to do the next step. If you look around on the website, you'll see authors there. What I have done is I've plugged in CNN Wire staff into the last box that says last or corporation. because it says by CNN Wire staff. That's acceptable, but if you wanted to hammer all those authors in at the bottom, that would be acceptable as well. These citations can sometimes be a little bit weird. You can do different things, and some of them are just as correct as others. So plug in CNN Wire staff into that last box, but do keep in mind you can do this several different ways. Going on, the website title. This confuses people sometimes. The website title is CNN US. This is the United States News on CNN.com. That is the name of this website. CNN US. U.S. Plug that into website title. Now, the next bit is publisher or sponsor. If you look at the very bottom of that article, you'll see the Cable News Network. You also see Turner Broadcasting. I'm just going to put Cable News Network. That's what CNN stands for. That's the publisher sponsor. Next is the URL. Go to the article and look at the address that's up in the top of your browser. You can highlight that, right-click on your mouse, click copy, and paste into that box to get the URL. Sometimes you don't have to put the URL there. MLA 7 actually says to leave it out. I don't like that. I like to see the URL of whatever you're citing. I think it's smart. So let's go ahead and plug that in. It just makes more sense to me. Now, the next step is easy. Electronically published 12 October 2011. You can actually see that date on the article. If you can't find a date, or you can't find an author, or a publisher or sponsor, you may leave them blank. But be careful. Sometimes if these things are left blank, that means it's not a reputable source. Okay? Now, the date accessed is simply the day you found it. I found this on 12 October 2011, the same day it was published. Now, here's what you do. You click Create Citation, and it spits the citation out at you. All you have to do is take that citation and plug it into a paper at the end, and you have a perfect works cited page. It will automatically format these citations for you. I will give you the links to read about how to do this by hand, but we live in a world with technology now, and Easybib, pretty swanky, right? I mean, wouldn't you rather have something that does it for you? I know I would. So in my opinion, I think it's better for me to teach you how to use this. Let's stop for a minute. Here's your next assignment. Due next Friday. Draft. You'll have another shot at this later in the semester, okay? So don't panic. I know this is coming pretty quickly, but I want to try to move us forward. What I want is for you to use those websites I gave you in the last YouTube lecture and come up with a topic, something that you're interested in. Use those websites to find 4 different sources about your topic, something that you would like to write a paper on, because we are going to write a paper from this information. You're going to give me 4 of these citations of your own. You'll build them yourself. You'll have 4 of them in the paper. And what you're going to do from there, you're going to write 10 sentences, a single paragraph for each source. That tells me several things. How did you find the source? What information does the source have? How will you use the source in your paper? And last but not least, is the source itself trustworthy or reputable? Some of that last one might be arguable, so do your best. That is due next Friday. You have a week and a half to get it done. I will be in the course lobby as much as I can to help you through this process. If you have any questions, if you want to share citations in there, that's what the course lobby is for. Go ahead and throw them out there. Say, Mr. Bailey, hey everybody, does this citation look good to you? It probably will because you're using Easybib. If you want to write your annotations, annotation is just the paragraph that I'm asking you to write for all of these. If you want to put that in the course lobby, ask for help. Go for it. It's what it's there for. All right. I'm going to be there. I'll be monitoring, and if any big issues come up, I'll try my best to help you out as much as I can. This will be for a grade, but it is a draft, so you'll get another shot at it later. Thank you very much. If there are any big issues, please go to the lobby and ask. Here's what I want you to do for this week. I want you to play with Easybib. You've seen my citation. You've seen my I haven't written an annotation, and I will include some examples of annotations. You've seen mine. For this week, for this exercise, I want you to go to the websites I shared in the last YouTube lecture, or you can just go to Google if you want, or CNN, whatever you want to do. Find an article you're interested in, and make a citation of it with Easybib. That's all I'm going to ask from you this week. All right? And respond to that in the discussion forum that this video is housed in. Any major issues, contact me as soon as possible. Thanks, guys.